While the hunters familiarized themselves with these ominous rules, the healer girl noticed something unsettling. Sunjin, whoa, did you see that? The healer girl said. The eyes of that huge statue just looked right at us. Suddenly, the door they had entered through slammed shut with a thunderous echo. Panic rippled through the group as they struggled to understand what was happening. I've had enough. I'm leaving now, Hunter 6 said. This was a mistake. As soon as Hunter 6 approached the door, a massive statue opposite it sprang to life. With terrifying speed, it swung its huge axe, obliterating the hunter in a single blow. The remaining hunters stood frozen in shock, realizing the grave danger they were in. They needed a plan, and fast. The hunters couldn't believe what had just happened. They were surrounded by massive statues that seemed intent on their destruction. Sun Jin-woo quickly turned his head and locked eyes with the enormous statue behind him. In an instant, the statue began staring directly at him, its gaze piercing and relentless. This wasn't the first time Sun Jin-woo found himself in a deadly situation. During his first raid, he was left behind, lost, and nearly died of starvation when trapped in a dungeon. He had to work twice as hard to take care of his family, but now he faced a terrifyingly powerful adversary. The eyes of the huge statue began to glow with a bright fire. "Everyone, fall to the ground!" Sun Jin-woo shouted as bright rays began to shoot from the statue's eyes, destroying everything in their path. Most of the hunters perished instantly, obliterated by the destructive rays. Those who survived looked around in shock, unable to comprehend how they were still alive. They faced the grim reality that defeating the statues would be an arduous task, perhaps impossible. Some of the more sinister and dangerous monsters were known to lurk behind such gates. The group's healers were overwhelmed. "I turned your arm, but the bleeding never stopped," the first healer said. The second healer said, her voice trembling. "One was killed so brutally there was nothing left of him. The second is in shock, unable to speak after what he saw. The third, whom you know, can't get herself together. If she survives, this situation will haunt her for a long time." The situation was dire. With their skills, healing was almost impossible under these conditions. The hunters knew they needed to escape, but doing so seemed an insurmountable challenge. Desperate and frightened, the group questioned why they had entered this dungeon in the first place, considering it was only a D-rank dungeon.